Good morning, students, families, and guests. My name is Jennifer Pollock-Hurst, and I am the New York State PTA Arts Specialist. I am thrilled to welcome you to the 2024-2025 New York State PTA Celebration of the Arts. Today, we celebrate and showcase the New York State PTA Reflections Award of Excellence and Award of Merit winners from the 2024-2025 program, whose theme was Accepting Imperfections. At New York State PTA, we know that arts and education is vital for all students, and we are truly thankful that you are a part of the PTA Reflections Arts program. This year's submissions were extraordinary, as we have had so many national PTA Reflections winners, and so many students are here celebrating with us today. But before we begin, we are honored to be led in the Pledge of Allegiance by Mrs. LeCarey's second grade class from Vassar Road Elementary School, a part of the Vassar Kinry PTA. That will then be followed by our national anthem, sung movingly by Charlotte DuBois, a junior at C.W. Baker High School, a part of the C.W. Baker PTSA in Baldwinsville, New York. It is then my honor to introduce our New York State PTA President, Patty Frazier, followed by our esteemed keynote speaker, Lori James. Ms. James is the outgoing president of the New York State Alliance for Arts Education and incoming president of the New York State Council of Educational Associations.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Jennifer. And thank you to Mrs. LeCarey's second grade class from Vassar Road Elementary School in the Wappinger Central School District for leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance. A big thank you to Junior Charlotte DuBois from the Charles W. Baker High School in the Baldwinsville Central School District for her most amazing performance of the national anthem. My name is Patty Frazier, and I'm honored to serve as the New York State PTA President. I'm excited that you could join us this morning to celebrate the wonderful achievements of our talented, award-winning student artists who participated in the 2024-2025 Reflections Arts program. For over 50 years, National PTA's Reflections Arts program has helped students explore their own thoughts, feelings, and ideas, develop artistic literacy, increase confidence, and find a love for learning. Reflections offers our students the opportunity to be inspired to express themselves freely using a theme developed by a student in 6 areas of the arts: dance choreography, film production, literature, music composition, photography, and the visual arts. The 2024-2025 Reflections theme, Accepting Imperfection, inspired our students to express their hopes and dreams through their own personal and unique artistic interpretations. It takes great courage to express oneself in a work of art, especially one that will be shared widely with others and then be judged at the region, state, and possibly national level. I commend all of our students for sharing their talented work with us, and of course, thank all of the parents, caregivers, and teachers who encouraged and supported their students' participation. Together, we will continue to help New York State PTA measure our mission for every child. I would like to thank our New York State PTA Arts Committee who put together this morning's presentation. Jennifer Pollock-Hurst, Sherry Beck, Kathleen Jenny, Jennifer Wallowitz, Megan Zarkey, Patrice Racklin, Kim Blasiak, and Caitlin Daly, as well as our regions who supported their PTA units and organized the region-level participation, judging, and celebrations. Our New York State PTA regions received nearly 3,000 entries to judge. 1,024 of those entries moved on to the New York State PTA level. New York State PTA awarded 29 awards of excellence and 91 awards of merit. And in March, the 29 Award of Excellence entries moved on to the National PTA level of judging. I am excited to share that in May, National PTA recognized 16 of our artists with 4 Awards of Excellence and 12 Award of Merit recipients. We are so proud of all of our award-winning students. I hope you enjoy this morning's great program. My sincerest congratulations to all of our state and national PTA Reflections winners. It is now my privilege to introduce our guest speaker, Lori Oristano James, current president of the New York State Alliance for Arts Education and the newly elected president for the New York State Council of Educational Associations. Thank you, Lori.
Hello, my name is Lori Oristano James, and I'm the state president for the New York State Alliance for Arts Education. It is my privilege to have been asked to deliver this keynote address for the New York State PTA Reflections. For over 50 years, the PTA has made clear of its support and understanding of why the arts are so important in the lives of all of our students. Founding father, President John Adams, wrote to his wife Abigail during the Revolutionary War, stating, "I must study politics and war, that my sons may study mathematics and philosophy, in order to give their children the right to study painting, poetry, music, and architecture." There are plenty of studies and statistics that support what the arts offer to students who participate in the arts, from increased test scores to better verbal skills and so much more. But in today's society, it is the focus on the needed soft skills attained through participation in the arts which raises our students to a higher level of depth and understanding. From critical thinking, self-reflection, listening skills, collaborative understanding, communication skills, organization, verbal and written skills, and so much more, the arts provide our students the ability to become good citizens in our society. Sadly, not all students get these opportunities. Many schools in New York State do not meet the minimum requirements regulated through the New York State Board of Regents and the New York State Department of Education. In my over 42 years in public education in New York State, as a music teacher, building administrator, district administrator, and school board president, I know the value the arts provide our students. I always told my students that my job was not to make them a world-class musician, rather to make them good citizens of society, to be able to have good paying jobs and pay into Social Security so that I can collect when it's my time, and to keep me in the lifestyle to which I have become accustomed. Now, with all that levity aside, that is what all education is about. But skills needed to be successful in that endeavor cannot be taught in a math class, history class, science class, or basically what is considered the core subjects. In tying in the Reflections theme of I Belong, the arts belong as an integral part of a well-rounded education. The mission of the New York State Alliance for Arts Education is to advocate, champion, and strengthen high-quality, standard-based sequential arts education for all students of New York State, regardless of their zip code. Our all-volunteer organization consists of music, visual arts, theater, dance, and media arts educators and artists throughout the state. But we also include teachers, administrators, community members, students, and parents who are not in the field of teaching education, who believe in our mission. To belong is a perfect theme for Reflections. As an educator, to belong means to me that students must have broad opportunities. How can we provide equitable access when we have students out of compliance because schools are out of compliance? How is that appropriate and fair to all students? If we know the arts must be an integral part of a well-rounded education, we must work collaboratively to ensure its full inclusion into curriculum. The New York State PTA has been a partner with the Alliance since its inception back in 1972. We are proud of the work accomplished on behalf of our students collectively and excited and grateful for the PTA's support of the Arts for All Equity Bill, which is Senate Bill number S6318, put out by Senator May, which will codify the inclusion of music and the arts into New York State education law, updating a bill last updated in 1958. I think we can all agree that education has changed over these past 60 plus years, and so must the law. The New York State Education Department has regulations set forth on the minimum arts education each student should get at each grade level. We are seeking to make sure that all students are afforded this vital part of their education. The New York State PTA has shared with its membership an electronic support letter for you to individually indicate your support. Please know we appreciate your time and willingness to take 2 minutes out of your busy schedule to fill the form out, and it automates directly to the governor's office, the education departments on the education committees on both the Assembly and Senate side, as well as to your own local legislative body as far as the state Senate and Assembly. And who will benefit when this bill is passed? Our students. Isn't that what this is all about? Our students. So, to all the advisors and planners who put this year's Reflections event together, thank you. Your commitment does not go unnoticed, and it is appreciated. Your willingness to provide your service to this cause allows so many students opportunities. To all the art teachers across the entire state, thank you for all you do to enhance the lives of the students of New York State. You do much with little, as do all of our educators, but know that you truly do make a difference in the lives you touch. And to each of you, the New York State PTA, the arts put the civil into civilization. Thank you for understanding the importance the arts play as part of a well-rounded education for all students in New York State. We look forward to our continued work together in ensuring a sequential, high standards-based arts education for all students in New York State, regardless of zip code. And finally, congratulations to each of this year's students who are receiving recognition for their entries. For you show through your creative talents all that is good about our society. Keep on creating and let your voice be heard. Your future depends on it. Our future depends on it. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kathleen Jenny. I am the New York State PTA Programs Coordinator.
The following students received an Award of Excellence for dance choreography. Selena Velasquez. All About Me. Artist statement. My name is Selena. I've been breakdancing for over 1 year. I love breakdancing. I listen to the music and go to breakdancing battles. Breakdancing makes me feel unique and good inside, especially when I win battles. In school, I always feel worried about my work, like understanding math. I've always had an aide since kindergarten who makes me feel proud of myself when I have a hard time in school. I don't know what's not perfect in my life because I always accept who I am. Whitney Mendovi, Perfectly Imperfect. Artist statement. I chose to choreograph my dance to The Climb by Miley Cyrus because the song is about seeing the beauty in imperfection and valuing the process or the climb in achieving your dreams. My dream is to become a professional dancer, and as I'm only 6, I know I have many years of practice ahead of me. I love learning new acro tricks, but when I make mistakes, this song reminds me that there is beauty in learning. This song reminds me to never give up while reaching for my goals, and that it's okay to be perfectly imperfect. Araceli Morales, You Are Beautiful. Artist statement. I choreographed a dance to the song Beautiful by Christina Aguilera. I think my dance relates to the theme Accepting Imperfections because the lyrics in her song talk about how you are beautiful no matter what other people say. It's important not to let others' words bring you down and to be able to accept your imperfections. Addison Palmer, Voices. Artist statement. My piece Voices represents the struggle to be perfect and fighting against the voice telling you you're not enough. It is difficult to accept imperfection, but it is part of life and who we are. My dance shows the struggle to battle perfection, and the voices in my head end up winning. A sad reality which I experience more times than not. Ava Duane, Life Behind a Competitive Dancer. Artist statement. For my choreography, I wanted to capture my feelings as a competitive dancer. Many who aren't in dance will just see the dance for the glitz and the glam. People don't see the struggles we dancers face. The first 25 seconds of my solo represents me backstage, nervous to perform my solo for the judges and the audience. Once on stage, I have to release my nerves and accept the imperfections that may occur while performing. As I'm leaving the stage, I feel a sense of relief because, perfect or not, I was able to do what I love most, dance. The following students have won an Award of Merit for dance choreography. Abby Duplan, Elastic Heart. Artist statement. This dance relates to them accepting imperfections because the dance is about getting away from all the negatives. The song is about a person who just got broken up with and wants to get away from the world, but has a thick skin and an elastic heart, meaning he can take it. Sailor Goldstein, Accepting Imperfections. On and Off the Ice. Artist statement. My work is showing no matter who you are, even an Olympic skater, no one is perfect. The following students have won an Award of Excellence in Film Production. Luke Perez, All Animals Deserve Love. Artist statement. My film production, All Animals Deserve Love, shows the many differences of animals. Animals can have medical conditions or look different physically. However, we should still provide them with loving care. While they may appear imperfect, we accept them from who they are. We need to strive to protect animals with differences and take care of those that have them. We can put measures into place to support these animals because no matter what they look like or their challenges, all animals deserve love. Johnny Harner, The Wet Artwork. Artist statement. The main character, Steve, painted the Mona Lisa for a contest. He was holding his painting and waiting outside on the line to see the judges, but his painting was ruined by a motorcycle that drove through a puddle, and that made the painting imperfect. Steve thought it was ruined. But when he got to the judge said that he liked it, and when Steve watched the news, he saw that he got first place. But not just in the contest, it was also world record breaking.
I decided to make a stop motion film because I love creating, building, and editing, so I wanted to challenge myself with this fun project.
Lila Patterson, Wanting to be Perfect. Artist statement. In my film, Layla is having a hard time in school. She decides to turn her D on the test into an A+. After telling her best friend what she did, Harmony explains to her that she doesn't have to be perfect. Jessica Liu, Perfect Imperfections, Artist Statement. My animation begins with a girl who appears perfect on the outside, but as she looks closer, she becomes consumed by her perceived flaws. Feeling trapped by the pressure to meet unrealistic standards, she isolates herself, believing she must hide. But eventually, she realizes the battle has always been with her own self-criticism. In confronting her imperfections, she discovers strength and beauty in being authentically herself. This story captures a struggle so many of us face, learning to let go of perfection. I hope my work inspires others to embrace their uniqueness and find empowerment in accepting their true selves.
Hello, my name is Jessica Liu, and I am an 8th grader from New York. For this year's theme, Accepting Imperfections, I really want to share my journey of loving and embracing all my flaws. I hope everyone else watching my work can learn to do so as well. Thank you, PTA, for giving me this award. I am so honored. Thank you.
Jonathan Espindola, The Fight Flop, Artist Statement. The Flight Flop was filmed from my FPV drone that I always practice flying with. Despite the hours of flight time I put in, it is important that I accept the imperfections and flaws that are bound to happen. In the film, my drone receives the brunt of my human error, and all I am left the ability to do is to accept my mistakes and move on.
Hello, I'd like to give a huge thank you to the PTSA for awarding me the Award of Excellence under the film category for the Reflections Art Competition. I use drones as my platform because they're very important to me. I've been flying for about 7 years, and I film my piece with this drone right here. I believe it's very easy to stop looking at the world artistically, but as I compete in the Reflections competition year after year, it really helps me to keep my artistic eye open and use the world as my canvas. Thank you.
The following students have won an Award of Merit for film production. Byron Lowe, Embracing Imperfection, A Celestial Collision, Artist Statement. Accepting imperfection paves the way for something beautiful in the near future. In this story, Byron imagines a simple, not-so-perfect ball bouncing so high up in the sky, and on its way to a far, far away galaxy, here comes an unexpected incoming object flying towards it. A beautiful explosion manifests upon their encounter. Osanarki Crick, The Imperfect Snowflake, Artist Statement. In my presentation, an ordinary snowflake is falling from the sky. All he wants to do is meet the other snowflakes in the lake. But a wind comes, blows him off his original path, and snap! Part of his arm comes off when he has a hard landing in the lake, and he goes from just an ordinary snowflake to that one unusual and imperfect snowflake. Watch this small film of trouble, imperfection, and friendship. Though he is definitely not like all the other normal snowflakes, they support him and show him that imperfection is not always bad. Estelle Liu, Harp's Harmony, Nature's Beauty, Artist Statement. Harp's Harmony, Nature's Beauty tells a story of how we can grow by choosing to see imperfection as a form of natural beauty. Inspired by Mother Nature, which consists of uneven landscapes, we learn to accept our mistakes. Just as we find unique patterns in nature, we can find beauty in our imperfections. Accepting imperfection. Francis Mullen, Connected, Artist Statement. My short film is about 2 kids who learn how to accept their imperfections. The following students have won an Award of Excellence in the Literature category. Christopher Castillo, I Am Me, Artist Statement. I am different, but I feel free, and I am me. Andrew Feuerstein, Mistakes, Artist Statement. Sometimes I make mistakes. I make mistakes in sports and in school and with my friends. Mistakes make you learn and improve. That's why mistakes are okay. Ryan Scarola, Diary of a Flawed 4th Grader. P is for Perfection? Artist Statement. My illustrated book is inspired by one of my favorite authors, Jeff Kinney, and is about a boy, Ryan Olerex, who is having a hard time in 4th grade, like I did last year. Ryan goes through a lot of taunting, teasing, and bullying. He learns that he doesn't need to be perfect to please everyone. He just needs to be proud of who he is. Aria Conan, Embracing Curly Chaos, Artist Statement. My poem, Embracing Curly Chaos, applies the theme of accepting imperfection by showing how I learned to embrace my curly hair instead of hiding it. Even though I remain jealous, I won't let it affect my confidence in my unique features. Lily Barron, Repaired Reflections, Artist Statement. My poem, Repaired Reflections, relates to this theme in many ways. It highlights the idea of accepting yourself and viewing your struggles as survival and not weakness. The following students have won the Award of Merit in Literature.
Patrick Acerno, Finding a Friend, Artist Statement. No matter your imperfections, we can all still be friends. Even though Sally was small, she found a friend that is just like her. Linda liked Sally no matter what she looked like, and accepted her imperfections, unlike the other desserts.
Sienna Ball, A Daydreamer's Heart, Artist Statement. A Daydreamer's Heart is a fun and colorful poem that I wrote because it celebrates being myself and dreaming big. In this poem, I use bright images and playful words to show a wish for freedom and self-expression, comparing thoughts to kites and birds flying high in the sky. I love how my family supports me and how being imperfect is perfectly okay. It reminds me that life is a joyful adventure with lots of unique moments. In the end, I want everyone to feel encouraged to love their dreams and be proud of who we are. Yvette Wong, Release, Artist Statement. For this contest, I decided to compose a short poem regarding the many ways perfection is seemingly required of us in our daily lifestyles, and a small psychological trick to overcoming the constant, ever-looming fear of failure. Jessica Park, The Art of Embracing Imperfection, Artist Statement. This story is connected to my own journey of learning to balance perfection and imperfection. Like the main character, I felt the pressure to be perfect, especially as an Asian American. For a long time, I thought flaws meant failure, and I worked hard to avoid making mistakes. But I realized that imperfections aren't failures. They're chances to grow and learn. The poem that goes with the story shows the emotions I felt during this journey. It reflects the struggles and breakthroughs I've had while learning to see flaws as steps towards being stronger and more confident. The following students have won the Award of Excellence for Music Composition. Catalina Bomer, Mistakes Are Great, Artist Statement. I love gymnastics and playing softball. Making mistakes is frustrating, but even if it's not perfect, just be proud of yourself because you tried your best. Daniela Fierro, Down to Earth, Artist Statement. I wrote this song because it's important to recognize that no one is perfect, but we can always reach higher for the stars. Elisa Lee Lin, Not So Bad, Artist Statement. This song is titled Not So Bad. This relates to the theme Accepting Imperfections, because I want to let the audience know that it's okay to make mistakes. In my song it states, imperfection's not so bad, and it's just human. I believe this is true because ever since mankind existed, we've been making mistakes. Yet this is how we've come to be who we are today. Don't be hard on yourself. Try to learn from them instead. Sasha Johnson, Our Open Arms, Artist Statement. Our Open Arms is an original song I wrote about acceptance. It is a message to anyone who feels they are not good enough. I hope to inspire people to embrace their imperfections and live in the present moment, to not wait for the perfect time or the perfect circumstance, and always be moving forward. Even when we are at our lowest point, when we come together as our imperfect selves, we can build a beautiful world. The following students have won an Award of Merit for Music Composition. Zachary Morgenstern, Oops, Artist Statement. My song is called Oops because I know it's okay to make mistakes. My song has different scales in it, and the notes go up and down. At the end of the song, I play a C scale, but then I make a mistake and end up with a B instead of a C. My song still sounds great, even if it's not perfect. Christopher Voglet, Perfectly Imperfect, Artist Statement. When playing the piano, if you just keep playing, most of the time no one will know if you make a mistake. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you make a mistake, it's all right. But by practicing often, you become better than ever and realize that your skill has improved. Anne Goenka, Accepting Imperfection is Bold, Artist Statement. When I first start playing my piece, everything is going smoothly, but I'm a little nervous. Then I make a small mistake and my mind is annoyed, so I start playing minor chords to reflect my dark mood. But then I realize it's okay, so I play the rest of my piece boldly and it sounds perfectly imperfect.
Donovan Kalina, my masterpiece. Artist statement. I love this song that I wrote so much, but it is not perfect. I wrote it thinking of another song that I will write in the future when I become a better pianist. I realize that even if you are in a competition and you do not get the best score for music composition, you can still achieve your goal.
The following students have won an Award of Excellence for photography. Alexander Green, Imperfect Game. Artist statement. We're all different in our own way. We have different shapes, sizes, and colors. We all have imperfections. Some are going flat, have been injured, or are just old. When you're accepting of the differences of everyone, you can still play the game and be part of a winning team. Olivia Stewart, Perfect Petals. Artist statement. I was walking in the garden and noticed a flower with missing petals. I said, even though the flower is not perfect, it is still beautiful. It does not matter that the petals are missing because it is still a flower and it made me smile. The flower was perfect just the way it was, and I loved it because it was different. Braden Putter, My Strong Sister. Artist statement. My sister was born with a small right hand. She is brave because many people ask her about her hand. She is strong because she can do whatever any other kid can do, like hanging on a gymnastics bar. She accepts imperfection perfectly. Juliet Pesky, Chawa. Artist statement. During our summer travels, my parents and I visited Kyoto, Japan's Sagano bamboo forest. As we walked through this perfect bamboo forest, we came across a maple tree. Though this may be viewed as an imperfection, the maple tree was accepted by the bamboo, showing symbiosis. In Japanese culture, bamboo symbolizes strength, while maple trees represent tranquility. A forest with different plant life has its own unique perfection, just as strength and tranquility combined provide grace and resilience. No human being is perfect, however. If we accept each other's imperfections, we too can live in peace and harmony.
Hi, I'm Juliet Pesky, and I chose my photo because me and my family were on vacation in Japan, and we were walking in a bamboo forest, and we saw this one tree that wasn't bamboo. It was kind of wonky, so it wasn't perfect, but it seemed accepted with all of the other trees. It looked really perfect, not imperfect. So that's why I picked my photo.
Jacob Friedman, Torn Portrait, Fragmented Layers of Identity. Artist statement. The theme of accepting imperfections resonates deeply with me as it reflects the beauty of authenticity and vulnerability. In this piece, I captured my dad in black and white, symbolizing the simplicity and flaws we often try to mask. By tearing away the paper to reveal his face in color, I wanted to emphasize the importance of embracing our true selves, imperfections and all. The contrast between monochrome and color represents a journey of self-acceptance, showing that our flaws are integral to our identity. This work celebrates the humanity of imperfection and the strength it brings to personal growth.
The following students have won the Award of Merit for photography. Patrick Acerno, Imperfect, Beautiful Flower. Artist statement. The photo shows that it's an imperfect flower because it was falling and not like the others, but it is still a beautiful color. Ahil Rahman, Beautiful Imperfect World. Artist statement. In this world, nothing is perfect. Everything is beautiful in its own way. It's how you see it and accept it. In this picture, all the trees aren't the same and losing their leaves, but still beautiful. Mahai Paquet, Beacon of Imperfection. Artist statement. In life, there are imperfections everywhere. We must learn to accept them in order to move forward successfully. In this photo, the lighthouse is a symbol of guidance and hope, even in the midst of obscurities and flaws. The fog represents life's uncertainties, while the lighthouse is imperfect in visibility. It still shines brightly. This shows how beauty and purpose can exist even when the clarity is lacking. Appreciate life and remember our own imperfections oftentimes lead to moments of profound insight and inspiration.
The following students have won the Award of Excellence in Visual Arts. Odalie Vasquez, Accepting Self-Love. Artist Statement. For my Accepting Imperfections entry, I chose to draw 2 girls. One girl is happy with how she looks and has a positive outlook. The other girl is crying and only focusing on what she thinks is wrong with her. My message to you is to accept who you are with all your imperfections, which make you perfect. Miles Westcott, Space in One Eye. Artist Statement. I was born with one eye, and I take pride in it because I don't know anybody else like me. My mama says I'm 1 in a million. I can see blurry shapes, but I don't believe anything is wrong. It's like looking at galaxies with my Baba's telescope. They're blurry yet beautiful. My love for space remains strong, and my bad eye doesn't stop me from learning. I can see colors and shapes, and I'm also learning Braille to read with my hands. I feel the love from my Baba, Mama, and little sister Rhea. I am proud of my eye. Olivia Bienz, Among the Stars. Artist Statement. When I started making my polymer clay earrings, they were vibrant and had a whole rainbow. The oven temperature was set too high, and they got very dark with little specks of color. They got bubbles on top that looked like craters, and it all came together. I planned on making an imperfectly shaped vibrant flower, but it ended up with cool, dark, crater-filled galaxy earrings. What started out as a perfect plan went south, but the imperfection ended up as something beautiful. Always accept the imperfections because it may end up being something perfect.
Hi, my name is Olivia Benz, and these are the earrings that I submitted for the visual arts category. They were supposed to be vibrant and unusual flowers, but I accidentally burnt them in the oven and I thought they were trash. But turns out they were a cool galaxy and were perfectly imperfect. I'm so honored to be a winner of an Award of Excellence. Thank you.
Annabelle Lee, Envy Grows. Artist Statement. This artwork is based off a collection of selfies, not just one image. I don't like the way I look sometimes, so I decided to accept how it looks and smash it all together, even if it looks imperfect. Moreover, I've added a lot of green in this piece because I had a lot of envy growing inside me recently, shrinking and seeping into all the facets of my life. I've learned that it's been growing through my perceived imperfection, so I took that and slapped it onto my face, getting the closest I could to accepting imperfection. Victoria Hunt, Two of Me. Artist Statement. My painting, Two of Me, is about the same person in 2 different headspaces. Both faces have cracks and moles and pimples, but the difference is the person on the left is insecure about it. I showed this with dead flowers coming out of her head to show her dead mindset. The person on the right is accepting imperfections. I showed this with healthy flowers coming out of her mind, showing her healthy mindset. And another detail I added was the person on the left has straightened hair. The person on the right has not. The following students have won the Award of Merit in Visual Arts. Kaylee Ryan, Kintsugi in Action. Artist Statement. Kintsugi is an ancient Japanese art that takes gold to repair broken pottery. Although it can be scary and time-consuming, it shows off the imperfections in a beautiful way and makes the object useful again. I feel that it relates to the theme beautifully. Ratnatma Bhattacharya, The House Next Door. Artist Statement. In modern housing, the ideal is sharp structures, with mowed lawns and carefully placed flowers. The carefree aspect of overgrown lawns and wildflowers, however, are often overlooked. The undesirable yard is what attracts the wildlife. In this neighborhood, the apparent imperfection is being accepted by nature, showing that imperfection is subjective, and the ideal is not always more attractive to everyone. The cottage is also drawn using more imperfect qualities itself, with scribbles and textures, whereas the modern house is clean and smooth, showing that art is not always perfect either. Olivia Ding, Being Me. Artist Statement. My acrylic drawing shows a young and artistic girl lying on the floor, looking up at many falling papers that have drawings of herself showing different feelings, including anger, sadness, fear, confusion, etc. She understands and accepts that the journey of life is imperfect, that there will always be times when she experiences these human emotions. Through my drawing, I hope people can remember to take time and appreciate those moments, accepting and learning to have control over these emotions even when it was difficult. This is the process of building self-awareness and self-respect. Madison Fesco, Acceptance, Artist Statement. My main character is looking into a mirror. What she is seeing all the things she worries about being perfect at, but she accepts who she is. Jessica Park, Duality of Imperfection, Embracing Imperfection, Artist Statement. The idea of my artwork, Duality of Imperfection, Embracing Imperfection, was to explore how flaws and differences create beauty and individuality. The mirror dragon symbolized contrast and connection, showing that imperfection can be a source of strength. Using mixed media, I combined hand-drawn elements with collage and digital techniques, adding uneven scales and asymmetrical patterns to reflect the theme. The textured background and layered colors emphasize the beauty of imperfection. Through this piece, I hope viewers see imperfection as a mark of authenticity and growth, inspiring them to embrace their uniqueness and find strength in what sets them apart. Alexa Salido, Hues of Humanity, Artist Statement. My work explores the concept of embracing imperfections by juxtaposing two sides of my identity, the black and white side representing the societal ideal of perfection, and the vibrant, colorful side showcasing life's messiness and uniqueness. The contrast between the orderly and chaotic elements illustrates the duality within us all, the desire for flawlessness and beauty found in embracing what makes us human. This self-portrait invites viewers to see that the true completeness comes not from conforming to an ideal, but from celebrating imperfections as essential parts of who we are.
Let's give a big round of applause to these talented students. We couldn't be prouder of you. You are the reason that PTA does what it does. I would also like to extend our heartfelt thanks to our wonderful judges, Tina Bonney, Dave Friedman, Loren Teachout, Jane Harsha, Megan Zarkey, Dave Morse, and Elizabeth Coleman for their time and dedication. Reflections wouldn't be possible without them, our amazing volunteers, and especially our New York State PTA office team. Once we wrap up, please watch until the end, where we are proud to also present our Merit Award winners from this past 2024-2025 Reflections program season. Thank you all so much, and keep shining light through your art.
Hi, I'm Abby, the winner of the dance category. How do I feel about winning? I love winning, so I'm really happy that I'm getting all this recognition and that I won the trophy. I selected the song Elastic Heart from watching this show called Dance Moms, and there was this really good dancer, Maddie, and she got a big break with Sia, the creator of the song Elastic Heart, and she did a music video to the song, and I was watching the music video, and I was listening to the song a lot, and I said, I really like the song, so why don't I just make my dance up to it? That's the reason why I selected the song.
I am so happy that my picture was recognized by everyone. This is a special picture to me because in here you can see all the trees are different. Some are green, some are yellow or brown, and some are losing their leaves. But they are all beautiful in their own way. The most important thing is how you see it and accept it.
Thank you, PTA. I love making films and other arts.
Hi, my name is Estelle Liu, and I produced a stop-motion animation about learning harp in the category of film production. I chose this category because being able to transform hand-drawn elements into an animation allowed me to best express the theme of accepting imperfection. I chose nature as my backdrop because nature is imperfect, but to us, it's beautiful. I feel honored to be chosen out of so many people, and I thank the Reflections Committee for choosing me as a merit finalist. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Francis Mullen, and I made a video with these guys. You can see them? They're amazing. And they learned that even though they were different, their imperfections made them even better. And the video is called Connected. You see me right here, Connected. And Yeah.
Hi, my name is Zach. Last year I made a song called Oops. It was really fun writing it and performing it. I was really surprised when I got a state award. And I was really happy. And I want to make a great song this year.
I chose to do a music composition so I can show others it's okay to make mistakes in life, like playing the piano. I make mistakes, but it's alright. Not everyone is perfect.
I feel happy about getting an award for making a story and my art. I took a picture of a flower to show its imperfections while still beautiful. I selected my story to show that even with imperfections, everyone can be friends. Thank you for choosing me.
Hi, my name is Carter Keegan, and this is my project for Reflections, Accepting Imperfection. I choose to make a Lego figure because I love Legos and I am a master builder. I put all these different body parts like a sword arm and a cyborg eye. Even though it is imperfect, he can still fight crime and be a hero.
Hi, my name is Olivia Ding, and I am very grateful and honored to be selected as a State Merit Award winner in art. It made me feel like all my hard effort and work really matter, and art is one of my most beloved passions. And I sincerely appreciate this opportunity to express my emotion and feeling about art. Most importantly, I thank the PTA committees for making this happen.
Hello, my name is Madison Fetzko and my winning piece is called Acceptance. I look forward to participating in the PTA Reflections Art Competition every year. I love art and I love being competitive. Thank you for your time and hosting it every year.
Hi, my name is Ratnatama Bhattacharya. I'm a student from Shenandoah Central School District and I created The House Next Door. This piece is meant to represent the beauty of what is often perceived as imperfect, that being the house next door, and is meant to convey how I interpreted the theme Accepting Imperfection. This is my third State Merit Award for the Visual Arts category, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity and recognition given to me and other students by the New York State PTA. Thank you.